Here we go.
Sticky.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Quick Diz Takes podcast, episode number 90. That is 90, number 90. I am your host, Tim LeBeau, alongside a slightly fatigued Stephen Lanzi.
Hi.
Mr. John Castano.
Hello.
Mrs. Sarah Castano.
Hey, howdy, hey.
I am fresh off a trip to our local Ragged Island Brewery, so I am in good spirits this evening after a victory at trivia as well.
Oh, very well done.
Yep. And yeah, so episode 90, we're inching closer to episode 100. You know, hope you guys have been liking, sharing along the way with friends. We are, it's a little bit of a cheat because, I mean, I was looking at Podbean today, and I think we have done like 153 episodes all together as far as like news and podcast interviews. But some have not counted officially, and we didn't count any of the Quick Diz news, which I think we did like 30-something episodes of. But now it's all kind of meshed into one. But as we keep track of the episodes, the main episodes, if you will, we are at 90. So we are inching close to 100. I told myself when I started this podcast, at the very least, I would get to 100. So
we're so close.
We are so close. And not even yet so far away. We're just so close. Very, very shortly. And we're going to have Sarah do the news. And we haven't really been doing topics, but I thought I'll throw this out there at the beginning of the show, see what we got at the end of the show. Episode number 90. What maybe at the end we can share, if we can come up with anything, our favorite thing Disney from the 90s. So chew on that for a bit. And without further ado, we will go to Sarah for some hopefully very exciting Disney news.
So sadly, no speculation this week. Very upsetting. However, I felt that myself too. We did get Anthony Ramos last week, so I feel we got our Hamilton knocks in there. So first up on our quick Diz mentions, Saratoga Springs is the latest resort to undergo a refurb. Disney announced last week that they will be getting their pixie dust for that resort. It was also announced that Disneyland Paris will be getting their own Avengers campus with the Spider-Man's WEB adventures and Pym's Test Kitchen, given the great success.
Because if one web slingers wasn't enough,
they get two.
We're going to get two because it's that
not
good.
One.
That good.
Anywho, beginning on the 20th, park goers at Hollywood Studios can get a sneaky peek at some of 20th. Today's the 27th. Just kidding. So last week, beginning on the 20th of this month, I'm pretty sure it's this month. I didn't write down the month. I just wrote down the 20th. In any case, beginning on the 20th of either this month or next month, I don't remember. Guests at Hollywood Studios can get a sneaky peek at some of the scenes from Disney and Pixar's Lightyear, which is set to release later this year at the Walt Disney Presents attraction. That's right before you turn the corner into Toy Story Land. Previews will also be coming soon to the Disney Cruise Line, just not yet. It would be helpful if I remembered which month, but alas, if I don't write it down, it's as good as gone.
So when does Buzz Lightyear premiere?
I believe it's late summer because there's already merchandise out.
I'm only asking because I would assume that the 20th of this month would probably be the sneak peek date. Because I want to say it's July, right?
June
Johnny,
7th,
does that ring a bell?
June 17th.
Oh, so yeah, definitely. All right.
So it's technically not even summer.
Well,
technically.
No.
Technically. Usually Disney plays the technicality card, but
yeah, it's all good.
It's all good in the hood, which is ironic because the merchandise that I saw and purchased was a hooded short set for my son.
You love the hooded Buzz Lightyear sets.
Well, this is for the bigger one. So I get two kids to wear.
Sarah and the hooded. I did that one episode.
It was the best. I was like, you've made it when you were on the podcast. This was before I was actually on the podcast. But anywho. Another Celebrity sightings in the parks. This time it was singer, and forgive me for saying this wrong. Is it Halsey?
Halsey.
I was close.
I don't know what she sings, but I know the name.
Again,
I'm too old.
I'm sure if I heard the song, I would recognize it. And I know that I recognize the name, but I just don't know how to pronounce it properly. So she was on site in Epcot for a ride on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, completely made it about her son, even though she was completely pumped to be there and try the ride. And along the way, on many of her social media outlets, singing the praises, calling out multiple cast members by name, thanking them for making it the best trip of her life, the most amazing experience that she's ever had. Really kind of giving it back to the cast members, which I was like, oh my God, you're so sweet. I don't know who you are, but I like you for that. Deep inside. Disney Plus has announced a release date for another Big Hero 6 sequel, set to be a 6-episode series. It will be released on June 29th, setting to stream only on Disney Plus. So those of you who are not Disney Plus subscribers, if this is your jam, hurry up and subscribe, man. June 29th will be here before you know it. And also, and this is a fun one, park hours are starting to extend for the summer visitors, with the most recent extension being between June 5th and July 2nd. So not even a full month. However, we're getting there. So at this point, Magic Kingdom will open at 9:00 daily on June, very specific, June 5th, 6th, 8th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 17th to the 27th and 29th, along with July 1st and 2nd. The park will close at 11. All other days it closes at 10. If you are a guest at the Disney World Resort hotels, your early entry hours begins at 8:30 each day. And your extended evening hours for Magic Kingdom will be from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. on June 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th of July.
Those are the best.
Because
anyone who's never done that, 11 to 1 is like, if you can stay up,
that seems prime if you can do it.
It is fun.
Yeah. Epcot will now be opening at 8:30 a.m. daily, park closing at 9 p.m. Early entry will be set for 8 a.m. Extended evening hours taking place on June 6th, 13th, 20th, 27th, July 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. My plan is to put this all on our Facebook page so you don't have to find the spot in our podcast where I talk about this, if this is something that pertains to you. Hollywood Studios will be opening at 8:30 a.m. as well and will close at 9 p.m. Early entry begins at 8 a.m. And last up, Animal Kingdom hours have only been extended at this time on June 9th. You just get one day. That day, the park will open at 7:30 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. Early entry for resort guests beginning at 7 a.m. Little weird, and I'm sure there's reasoning behind their sporadic dates, but extra time, even though not consistent, is better than no extra time. Quick Diz updates. Lightning Lane signage has been removed from the meet and greet line for Mickey and Minnie within the Animal Kingdom. Apparently, this angers a lot of people on social media. I don't know if people are mad that they can't pay to kind of bypass the line. I don't know. Are they mad the sign is coming down and they just put it up and they paid for it? I don't know. I wasn't really understanding why people were upset that a sign was taken down. Just throwing that out there, see if it sticks. Last week, we reported how the plexiglass was removed from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but new reports say the plexiglass has been officially removed from every attraction at Walt Disney World, which means more kids sitting on those posts. You're all welcome. Lindsay, you're my hero. Walt Disney World cast members are the first to be piloting the new Magic Band Plus around Magic Kingdom. They have been kind of walking around, interacting those new Magic Bands with the golden 50th statues around the park. Some of them are taking to their own social media, showing off the new lights, the haptics, the sounds that are made, and they seem cool. Happy news for me, because I love this show. The Temple Monkeys and the Ariel Dancing Birds will be officially for real life returning to the Festival of the Lion King on July 16th. We will no longer be a celebration of the Festival of the Lion King. It's just going to be back. The festival is back.
Celebration's over. We're just going to have the festival now.
I'm excited. Epcot's Visa card member exclusive photo experience is now back in action daily from 1 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. All you Disney Visa rewards members have a photo experience exclusive now in Epcot. And I believe Hollywood Studios is the only other park. Is there one in Magic Kingdom I'm not thinking of? No, it's just those. There used to be one. No, it's just
No.
kidding. I'm thinking of the one in Epcot, and I'm just
False.
special needs at the moment. So if you are one, you just show that you have the card, and then you're able to get pretty much a short to very minimal line to go see favorite characters and get your photo taken with them. And you get the downloads even if you don't have the memory maker because you are a Visa member, Visa card holder, not member. New train tracks are being laid for the Walt Disney World Railroad and Magic Kingdom, a project 3 years in the making.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now with the train underpass through Tron is almost complete, crews have been seen installing and testing the tracks and rails, as well as continuing to run the train itself between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, kind of keeping things up and running on the engines while they're working on the tracks. So I'm pumped. Let's bring it back.
Right
And-
now Disney to put train tracks from the airport to the park and just make a big Disney train.
They're not even done like drafting those. I don't think I haven't even heard anything on that in a significant amount of time. Come on, Brightline, get it together.
It'll happen sooner or later.
Yeah, monorail.
When they figure out how much, when they figure out how they can charge the crap out of us for it, then they'll build it.
I think a train would be awesome, like an all electric or gravity powered Disney train. I think it
There's
would be
plenty of sun. Make it solar.
Well, it'd be awesome,
Yeah. yeah. $10 a person.
but it's also better than not having a ride at all, which is the current situation that we are in.
Mirrors, the Sunshine Flyer.
So
Going back to Cosmic Rewind, we talked about how Halsey went down and she got her preview with her son Ender. As predicted, Cosmic Rewind will be joining a list of new experiences that open with a virtual queue. So on Tuesday, I would happen to be in the My Disney Experience app. I was helping out someone I was booking a vacation for them, and revealed that on May 27th, which is tomorrow, y'all, you may request to join the virtual queue with a valid park reservation pass. Do not forget those park reservations. At 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. As with all the other virtual queues, guests may enter only once per day. So I have a feeling it's going to be like when Rise of the Resistance first happened. People will swarm. They'll shut off their Wi-Fi. They'll have everybody in the group. Like, make sure your party is linked together. All the advice we gave for Rise of the Resistance that was kind of shared for Ratatouille because people weren't nearly as excited for Ratatouille. Sorry. Same rules apply. 7 o'clock, 1 o'clock. They'll drop only so many. First come, first serve. It'll be gone within seconds. Good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor. And last up on our quick Diz updates. As we previously reported, many Disney stores closed, most of them, in fact, closed in 2021, leaving only a few dozen flagship stores open. We also previously reported about an art installation that was to be designed and put on display at the parking structure right on front of I-4 out there in Orlando. However, progress is being made on the display, as well as on a brand new reimagined Disney retail outlet on International Drive, iDrive. In an article published in a local newspaper, they went on to share the new store will open May 31st and that it will, and I quote, combine merchandise, ticket sales, and the first ever interactive Disney Vacation Club virtual discovery station, end quote. It didn't clarify what a virtual discovery station is, but I imagine it's virtual tours of all the DVC properties. Just throwing it out there. They didn't explain it. At this time, it is unknown if the new Disney retail concept will be scaled to include other locations around the US or around the world. But I guess when it opens, we see how successful it is. We'll know more then. And I'm a little bit excited.
Okay.
I don't know that this qualifies as a headline, but I was excited to talk about it. So here we are. Our headline for today.
Highlights.
In his own house. Dang. There's a new movie announced. And those big fans of A.A. Milne and Winnie the Pooh, I'm not sure how you're going to feel about this. It is a Winnie the Pooh slasher movie. Just let that percolate for a moment. A slasher movie.
Time out.
Are you sure you're not being fooled again?
I always thought he was this close to snapping.
Johnny's in verification mode down there right now. I can see it in his face. And I am going to say that if this is verified, that on this show, I was very close. I said there should have been a Muppet slasher.
You
And
did.
so this is like the best, this is like a consolation.
So it's entitled Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And the premise is that the duo of Winnie the Pooh and Piglet go on a rampage. Now, obviously, it's not going
Johnny's
to be.
got a big smile on his face. What's going on down there, Johnny?
It's not going to be the same characters that we have come to know and love and snuggle on our stuffies. This is Johnny's favorite when he was little, by the way.
Oh, I guess. It is real.
Apparently, the film
This
wrapped
is
earlier
real.
this month.
I mean, it's on multiple new
Carrie's confirming it behind me as well.
IGN.
Variety magazine as well. I saw that the other day and I was like, there's meat to this.
Wait,
What do you get?
I'm extremely gullible, but I double checked, y'all.
What do you got?
Is Winnie the Pooh like?
It looks kind of like a weird
Is it not
Chuck E.
owned
Cheese.
by-
Steven's
Five Nights at
digesting this
Freddy's.
over there. I can see it in his face.
Is it not owned by Disney anymore? And is it public? Is Winnie the Pooh public domain now?
I don't know.
Might be.
Doesn't Disney own the cartoon version?
It's not
Yes.
cartoon.
It is.
Not the
I know.
cartoon.
But it's like public domain is like the book version. Something
Yes,
like
the
that. That's what
A.A.
it is.
Milne version, not
Oh,
the
okay.
Disney
Oh,
concept.
okay.
So it apparently wrapped filming earlier this month. And
Oh,
a
that's
demonic
5 months ago.
Pooh,
Went into public domain.
Oh, bother.
a demonic Pooh and Piglet.
Perfect soundbite.
The little trailer showed demonic Pooh and Piglet about to pounce on a scantily clad young woman relaxing in a hot tub, having already set the internet ablaze with these images.
Oh, bother.
It reminds me of like a weird
Oh, Piglet.
Chuck E. Cheese character, Five Nights at Freddy's. I've only seen a little bit of that.
Two guys dressed up in costume. This is
Yes, but their costumes are animatronic like, unfortunately.
I just want to see Tigger bump into another Tigger and just have him do the whole dance and end it with, the one thing about Tigger is that I'm the only one.
But you're not.
I'm the only one.
No, one kills the other. And there's only one.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, another Tigger shows up and kills everybody. And he's like, no,
The bazooka.
I'm the only one.
I think Eeyore should be like the mob boss.
I think Piglet should just
The
go
Godfather.
absolutely Kerouac on everyone's butt.
So apparently in this
He's like
film,
sweeping body parts. He sleeps in front of his house. He's like cleaning up blood and guts.
just like a
and-
shop broom. Boop, boop.
All right, Ray Liotta.
I know,
The
very
original
upsetting.
good fella.
See this.
Speaking of good fellas,
He was a good fellow.
It was a great movie.
awesome movie.
The best.
I made funny. I'm a
Field of Dreams as well.
I'm here to
Another
amuse
big.
you.
So apparently
No, I'm
the
just saying
two,
you're funny the way you tell the story.
No. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. How am I funny?
I just listen, it's amazing.
Classic.
Apparently the two go on a rampage after being abandoned by a college-bound Christopher Robin. So essentially, one of our Toy Story films gone wrong. Like Buzz and Woody didn't lose their mind and kill people. When Andy went off to college, they chose violence.
Johnny, you have photos of this?
It's only the only photo I see is it's a picture of like him in the back of a car, and then like she said them coming up on this girl in a hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
And
I gotta
and
check it
pig,
out.
I mean Piglet is like a
Oh, this is
he's
ridiculous.
like a boar. He's not like a
I'm looking
pig.
at it right now.
And Pooh's wearing like a flannel with
He's
overalls.
a hipster. Hipster Pooh.
All right. First thing I want to say about this is it would be much more exciting if it was animated.
But how do you make scantily clad women? Oh, we
You
could
don't-
just a rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
I just said.
You don't have to make them scantily clad. I mean,
Well, that's the description.
yeah.
I'm sure they're getting many more adult viewers with scantily clad live action women than scantily clad cartoon women.
Yeah, I'm looking
Anyway,
at it. Looking
so
at
I
it
was
right now.
I was reading the article and it says that Christopher Robin is pulled away from them. He hasn't given them food and it's made their life difficult. And because they've had to fend for themselves, they've become essentially feral animals. That's kind of where the film goes. They're no longer tamed. They're like a vicious bear and pig who just want to go around to try and find prey. Apparently, it only took them 10 days to film this in England.
It looks like it.
I feel it's gonna be like Blair Witch, where the inspiration for Milne's imaginary 100-acre wood was set for the original series of stories for Winnie the Pooh. They should not be expecting audiences should not be expecting this to be a Hollywood level production, says the company who's producing it, called Jagged Edge Productions. I feel they made something else. I recognize that name for something, and they have already signed on to distribute it with a TBD release date. Yeah, looks a bit awkward.
And as you can see right here, it looks like John Goodman put from Roseanne years, put on a Winnie the Pooh mask. And,
So given the premise,
I don't know.
They said their biggest challenge was, since it is so wacky, it was very easy to go down a route where nothing is scary and just really ridiculous and like really stupid. We just wanted to go between the two. That's what they were on quote as saying. Pooh Bear has swapped his little red t-shirt for a lumberjack suit, the flannel and the overalls. Piglet is clad in all black. It's also why the other characters still in copyright, such as Tigger, will not appear because those are copyright. See, I got you. Although there is a scene a bit morbid featuring Eeyore's tombstone. And a miserable donkey apparently was eaten by the starving Piglet and Pooh.
And it just says, "Thanks for noticing me" on the tombstone.
Thanks for not walking by.
So I wish it was animated. That's all I can say.
Thanks
a bit of a departure.
Using hot sauce. Good to know I was tasty without it.
Sorry, there wasn't more meat on my bones. I don't know.
10 days.
Quite the departure.
They filmed it in 10 days.
10, not 8, not 12, 10.
I'm pretty sure it took Johnny and Chris longer to film that Punisher trailer they filmed years ago. It probably did.
Was that Hollywood level production?
I feel like this was
decent.
That was weeks.
Guys, do you understand why I'm so excited for tonight's headline?
Anyway, is that the only headline?
Yes, I could not contain myself once I read that. You're welcome.
Did anybody see Chip and Dale yet?
No.
Really?
Hopefully this weekend.
Okay.
We had a busy weekend this weekend, past
That
weekend.
movie's gonna haunt my dreams.
Wait, you saw it, Steve?
What?
Chip and Dale?
No.
He's talking about the new Piglet.
He's
Blood and honey.
Sorry, I keep looking at the photos.
That's wrong.
It's just so totally wrong.
What can I say except we're dead soon?
Well, because we're not going to talk about Chip and Dale.
Sorry.
We would if anyone had seen it, but that's a good segue into our kind of our outro here with we're talking about going back to at the beginning of the show. Maybe we'll throw some favorite Disney 90s stuff in there as we are in the 90th episode.
Hey-o.
Chip and Dale were, was it in 90, 91 ish? So, we're on topic. Sarah, I think I know what you're gonna say, but I want to hear it.
No, come to me last.
No,
I really want
last.
I really want to soak it in. I want to enjoy it.
How about I'll start because it was my idea. And I would say, I'm not going to list it. I think by far the best thing, what was that, Johnny?
I got a ton of things from the 90s. But
so my favorite thing by far in the 90s, I'd have to say was the Disney afternoon. I think there was just nothing like it. That was big for me. I am a little older than you guys. But when we came home from school, it was just right to the 3:30, boom, DuckTales, Tailspin,
Woo.
Chip and Dale. It was just I was into it. And then other than that, I would say as far as the parks go, I'll throw that in there too. I would say the best thing to come out of the 90s out of Disney World would probably be Dinosaur. So I'm going to go with the Disney afternoon for entertainment. And even though I wasn't really structuring this way originally in my head, I'll throw out there for parks, Dinosaur. And that's all I got. I mean, I could sit here and go, and the Goofy, and if you wanted, and the Goofy movie. All right, so my movie's a Goofy movie, Dinosaur, and Disney Afternoon. So there I am. Anybody want to jump in? Johnny, Steven, Sarah, feel free.
90s was like the live action, all the live action movies, which would be like The Rocketeer, which is the pinnacle of those movies.
That's a good one.
But then you had the Mighty Ducks. You had Hocus Pocus, and
Mighty Ducks is so good.
Hocus
then you
Pocus
had
is
all, like,
93.
those other weird ones, like that movie. Remember that movie Heavyweights?
Yep.
That movie's great.
What else was on? Kid in King Arthur's Court. That was a good one.
Date with My President's Daughter. Wasn't that in the 90s?
Oh, that was I think that was a 90s TV movie.
With Will Friedle and his luscious
What was the other
locks.
one I just saw.
Sorry.
Tower of Terror movie.
Cool Runnings.
I wasn't even thinking live action stuff, but yeah, there's a ton of that good stuff there.
That was like a Blank Check.
Of course, we were all kids then.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
And we were introduced to Lindsay Lohan, The Parent Trap.
This guy's got it in front of him.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. All those, well, the first two at least. Oh, the third one. That one. All three of them were in the 90s, right?
What?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Triple D.
The first one was in the first
the
one
last
was in the
two were
first one was 89, right? Or
Yeah.
88.
Angels in the Outfield.
That was a good one. Young Joseph Gordon-Levitt in that movie.
He's like a baby.
Doc Brown.
And one of I was gonna say one of Steven's favorites, Christopher Lloyd in that movie as well.
But The Rocketeer. That's where we were introduced to Jennifer Connelly. Oof, man.
Bash Brothers. Stupid. Tony Danza. Oh.
Flubber too.
Don't forget about the third Bash Brother.
I was obsessed.
Yeah.
Obsessed
Woo,
with Flubber.
woo, Kenny Woo.
Hey, woo.
Or
Glove.
my favorite
Dick.
line.
Glove. Oh, helmet, glove, shirt, whatever the order was.
Or my
Stick,
favorite
gloves,
line
Shirt.
from
Okay.
any of the Mighty Duck movies. Put it in, Luis. Anyway,
It's been a week. And it's Thanksgiving.
come on, that's a classic. Anyway,
Yes.
Steven, I guess we're saving Sarah for last.
Oh, how do I follow that?
Yeah, Johnny.
So, I mean, those are all very good points. Thank God for Cool Runnings, because it was probably John Candy's last full movie. The very last movie is technically Wagons East, which he did with the comedian. Was it John Lewis? No, Lewis is in the name. But anyways,
Richard Lewis, maybe?
Richard Lewis. That I could
Yeah.
never. Yeah. So I think so. That was his like very last movie, but he didn't. I never saw the whole thing beginning to end. I just know he didn't live through the whole thing. So thank God for Cool Runnings, because John Candy. I will, but staying on the theme of movies, I'll say one of the best things about Disney in the 90s was their animation, their animated movies.
It was like a renaissance.
I mean, and it also, I mean, really harkened back to Snow White, because like Walt was like, look, we're drawing stuff, but I want people to think for a second, like, wait a minute, is this real? Or, oh no, it's it's animation. Like, but you have those moments where you can't tell between the two. And I feel like the 90s took that premise and took it to another notch. I mean, we've seen the photos of the artists, sitting around the lion drawing. Yeah, like, for the Lion King. So when they drew a lion, they made it move, things like that. It was more of a real movement. So I think the animation was absolutely amazing and flawless. And I wish they would make more movies of that style of animation. And nothing against Pixar, nothing against that type of animation, but the old school 90s version was really something.
Yeah. Arya had Tarzan on the other day and hadn't watched in a while.
I mean,
Animation is
Tarzan,
like ridiculous.
yeah,
Ari
Yeah.
is my girl.
It's so
Never-
good.
never
The
watched
animation's
it.
just so good.
I will never
You know,
watch
like-
So is
it.
that soundtrack.
Oh,
It's
God.
it's
Brother Bear.
bussin'.
Yeah, brother.
Really
And then
slap.
like, you know what? Like probably
Princess and the Frog.
I know like Beauty and the Beast, all those movies have great visuals. And but Hunchback of Notre Dame and then right smack dab in the middle, just like like when he's on top of the cathedral and all that, there's
Oh,
there's
so
just some
good.
shots just amazing.
And when he starts singing to the fire,
Yep.
That went right over my head as a kid. Looking back now, that's a red flag.
That movie is like good, but it's like it suffers from
Level.
such tone issues to me. Like it's literally like discussing like things like hell and like things like that so seriously. Then all of a sudden, like Jason Alexander's and the gargoyles are like just being silly the next scene.
When
It's
she
like,
wants ooh la la,
it's so weird.
and she wants you la la. Sorry.
And then it goes to like Froyo there singing Froyo's
Froyo.
Frollo.
Frollo.
I know, but never mind. Frollo.
hey,
And then,
that's
like,
Phil's
yeah.
boy.
And then he's like one of the worst villains, if not
Hercules.
the worst, one of the most
Yeah.
evil villains in Disney history.
Absolutely.
And
So
then
it's-
like Hercules.
How do you mean Hercules?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I just
it's also good.
all those movies.
Yeah.
Rescuers. That was Rescuers Down Under.
Rescuers
There's
Down
Rescuers
Under.
and Rescuers Down Under. There's
Down Under.
two.
Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. All those things were in the 90s, and just the animation was absolutely amazing. And so I would say that's probably one of the best. I can't say anything for the parks because I was never in the parks in the 90s. So can't really comment that.
I'm going to piggyback off Lansing for mine because while
Good.
I do enjoy all those movies, I am all about the soundtracks. And you guys know how much I love to sing in public because I have the most amazing voice. All the time. I've got the CDs. I've got like the classics, mixed CDs of them. Obsessed with them.
Mixed CDs.
They're called Disney Classics. Tim, check it out.
And what's your favorite soundtrack from the 90s?
I have a lot of them actually. But I was
I have to
actually,
have a favorite.
they're all my favorite. I know it doesn't work that way.
I know Johnny's is Tarzan, but what,
I probably regularly still sing the Hercules soundtrack, hands down.
okay.
Hands down. But like Hocus Pocus, who can forget Thora Birch? What year is it? 1993. That obviously in the 90s, so good. The park wise though, and I don't know if this is where you thought my brain was going, was the very beginning started in 1999 in October for the Millennium Celebration, where I got Tapestry of Nations. We had Illumination.
You love that celebration.
I'm obsessed. It's like that's my childhood. I was love. I have the soundtrack upstairs. Actually, I lied. I put it on my iTunes on my laptop, so it's in the other room. But I love it. I don't know why. It was just amazing, and it was creative, and it was different, and I don't know. Like it lives rent free up here. I love it. And then my dad ruined part of the magic of Disney. So spoiler, if you didn't know, when the parades go in Disney's World Showcase, they come out at one gate, go about a third of the way around, and then go in. So for the next show, they all rotate and go the other way. They're not actually making it completely around the World Showcase. My dad ruined it for me. I was like,
Well,
Dad
that is just,
ruined it.
just seems wrong.
Who's my daddy and what does he do?
His name is John and he does taxes.
Oh,
You're all welcome.
Also, shout out to Alien Encounter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Before it was ruined and turned into Stitch's Great Escape.
Agreed. It was like the first intentionally scary ride that Disney is the only one. I guess you could kind of argue that Tower of Terror is supposed to be scary.
Shout out to Tower of Terror.
We got Animal Kingdom in the 90s.
Shout out to Animal
birthday.
Kingdom.
I do love that safari. And I love the Lion Festival of the Lion King.
Shout out to Rock and Roller Coaster.
I enjoy me a Dole Whip with rum.
I'm just
That I
spitting
can
out
get.
rides I knew came out in the 90s, and there's probably a few more that I'm not thinking of right now. Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what the
Blizzard
worst
Beach
thing
came out in the
happened?
90s, right?
What?
Blizzard Beach? Maybe. Am I lying to you?
Mm,
You're lying.
Oh, I thought I was
have
right.
no
No,
idea.
I think you're right.
Don't-
Typhoon Lagoon in the 80s, Blizzard Beach in the 90s.
Woohoo!
I think.
I did
Johnny's
it.
confirming though. Fact checking.
Johnny's looking up his latest Phil Collins playlist. That's what he's doing.
I had another one I wanted to say, but now I forget it. Oh, worst thing that happened in the 90s. They closed Journey into Imagination
I know.
and reskinned it and it just ruined it. And then they
We
closed
lost a dream finder.
They closed Horizons.
Body Wars.
So,
And turned it-
1995.
sorry, just really quick. As far as movies in the 90s, we completely forgot about The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Sorry, Carrie.
In our defense, it wasn't credited as Disney for the longest time. It was Tim Burton's
It was-
Nightmare Before Christmas.
yeah.
Touchstone Films.
And Hook.
Was Hook Disney
Yeah.
though?
Goofy, yo.
That was Spielberg.
Wait, is it Disney now? Like, has Disney acquired it, or was it always Disney?
Well, yeah, okay. You know what? I don't need this.
I mean, at this
I-
I
point,
think at the time it wasn't Disney.
splitting
All right.
it.
And Pocahontas.
Loved Pocahontas.
That's
Another-
a good animation.
Yeah, I mean, the animated films were just. I mean, they
I was just looking through the list, and they were very busy in the 90s.
But like those historical based films, because obviously it's not historically accurate in many ways.
Historical fiction.
Yes, it is a genre, y'all. Look it up.
yeah,
The
very,
Hunchback, Pocahontas, not Beauty and the Beast. There's another one. Oh my God, why am I blinking? They did another one.
Muppets from Space.
That's not
Muppets Treasure Island. Muppets Treasure Island.
I love that movie.
Aladdin.
Oh,
Oh yeah, of course.
We got about Aladdin. That was amazing.
Broadway show.
Anastasia.
That's that's Fox, but
Yeah,
that's only now.
that was last minute.
Prince of Egypt.
You know, it's funny when
Mulan.
Angie says how busy the 90s were and even the 80s in Disney. And I've heard many people discuss the parks are so busy now because Eisner's plan that he had set forth in those decades
Mhm.
to infuse America's youth hardcore with Disney and every turn has now paid off.
Yep.
And the
As
sad
we sit
thing is,
here
we
and
know
discuss
this,
it.
and we still go.
Mhm.
We're like,
There's
we look
nostalgia.
at it. We look at the plan. We're like, brainwash people so they come to our parks. Man, that's just sick.
So
Yeah,
anyway, you got your ADRs.
Did we get
Maybe
some vacation time in August? Yeah.
It's like in Family Guy where he's in the car wash and Peter and he gives him the ears. Come to Disney World, bring money.
And what's ridiculous?
Just go here.
It takes nothing to get us to want to go back. Like literally, they'll come out and go, "We had a new ice cream," and everyone's like, "Oh well, we got to go back." We've tried it in orange and vanilla. We haven't done the chocolate yet. We have to,
He's right to an extent. People
Too close to
do
a
get sucked
Frosty.
in.
right. And they're mixing rum in it now. So really, it's like they're paying us.
Oh my goodness, they have a new mimosa flight. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
New
They
popcorn
do it with the
buckets.
festivals, they do it with everything.
They
Well,
are brilliant
As
marketers.
I just planned the trip not that long ago. And then
We
away I
only
go in
have-
September.
We only have to
Three
sell
trips,
one of
huh?
our cars to go, not even two, because it's a deal.
We get a good deal. So we only have to take like a small equity loan.
We only need one kidney, honey.
Look,
I'll pay Disney
Tom-
hundreds
Tom
of dollars
Selleck
extra
was
so I can
talking
run.
about home loans or something. I don't know. We'll just do that. I don't know. He says he wouldn't steer us wrong. So he's got a mustache. We got to trust him.
They're going to be like Foxwood soon. I think I talked about this in another show. They're going to have that little office off to the side where you can just like refinance your home directly through Disney.
Yeah. It's a reverse mortgage. What does that mean? Well,
Yeah.
the
Tom
bank will-
Selleck comes out. Let me explain.
It's a reverse CVC. It's your points. It's your house, but we still own it.
Right.
Could you imagine if Disney started doing home loans?
They probably are. We don't even know it.
The Hunchback of Home Loans.
Frodo taking all the eviction notices, flinging them in the air.
They put like a very friendly, you know, when you used to get the Magical Express, they'd leave the thing on your door handle.
Yeah.
That's how they evict you. Put a very nice picture of like Pluto and Goofy, and it's like, gosh, looks like
Bye-bye.
you forgot to pay the mortgage.
Well, now we have two versions of Pooh. One to give you the mortgage, the other one's to take your house.
In your life.
And you never know which one's coming to collect the rent.
You never know.
You never know.
Well, it would have to be the sheriff of Nottingham from Robin Hood on the pamphlets when they evict you. Oh, you didn't pay your taxes.
I was thinking the one from
Boo-hoo.
I was thinking of one of Men in Tights.
No, you know in Robin Hood when he's like shaking the kid's the guy's fake broken leg, and he's like got the coins dropping out. Disney. You do love your money. You do. You do. All right. Steven's half asleep. It's getting late. We out till next week. Maybe Thursday night's starting to become a thing. I don't know. We'll see.
As long as we're back from baseball in time.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the best night of the week.
Yeah.
It's fallen like that for me lately anyway, because it's like, you know, it doesn't get involved in the weekend. And it's just quick, and 9 o'clock or so rolls around, boom, done. So I'm not saying that's what we're doing, but what's we've been doing.
Head in there.
All right, getting out of here. Go Celtics. 1 win away.
Go Celtics.
NBA Finals. I think it's going to happen tomorrow night. We'll see. All right. We will talk to you guys next week.